Microbial fuel cell nothing but normally, you know what is a fuel cell? Fuel cell is electrochemical technology. Basically, it's a electrochemical technology which will convert hydrogen or oxygen into electricity. That is a major thing. The chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. Something like opposite to a battery. This will work something like opposite to battery, right? Here, microbial fuel cell is something like microbes which are used here, which will convert the organic substances, maybe like a food waste or biogas or something kind of thing, into a electrical energy directly. Okay, normally if you in before thing what you saw is something like a biogas. The biogas is generated. This biogas should be burnt into a boiler, and then boiler will convert into steam, and then steam is used to produce electricity. Now conventional way. Here what happens is the bioorganic substances are directly converted to electricity with help of microbes, right? So it's completely naturally occurring thing, but we are just putting inside the control mechanism where we are just harvesting some part of energy from the microbial fuel cells. Okay, so these are the basic schematic diagram of microbial fuel cell, where you will see something like there are two chamber here. There are a lot of type of microbial fuel cell there. Basically, we talk about a double chamber microbial fuel cell. Here we can see some two chamber. One is anaerobic chamber, another is the open to atmosphere. This is like cathode, this anode, and this is anode. This is cathode. Okay, this is something like anaerobic in nature. This is anaerobic chamber, just like biogas digester. This is also anaerobic chamber, right? Here, what happens is uh, the bacteria inside this will attach to the anodic anode, and then produces carbon dioxide and then some kind of positively charged, negatively charged electrons, which is used as a electricity. Direct electricity is produced. What happens is it will produce something like H plus and some electron. You can see something like the reaction in both the electrode. What happens? The organic chamber will just decompose into carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and some 8 electrons per molecule, right? And in cathode chamber, hydrogen water is formed. Okay, this hydrogen goes, H plus ions goes here, and then we get combined with oxygen to form water. This is how the reaction is happening. So whether we can modify this to tap those hydrogen, we are getting something like hydrogen, which is a very good fuel, right? So whether there is a possibility to trap those hydrogen means is very well possible. We can use this microbial fuel cell to generate hydrogen from organic substances. Here also we can use a lot of substrate like food waste, and here the only thing we cannot use maybe like cow dung. Cow dung cannot be used here because that it has a lot of methogens. Okay, what happens is hydrogen will not be produced, only the methane will be produced. Okay, which is controversially it will be affecting the hydrogen generation. If we want to generate hydrogen means we need to introduce hydrogen generating bacteria only. Okay, only then we can produce hydrogen. So this can be slightly modified to get your hydrogen output. Any doubt in this? Okay, I'll just go to next slide. So this is something like a soil-based MFC. This is like first generation MFC. Okay. Normally, what happens is in a previous slide I just forgot to tell. This is like proton exchange membrane. Is both anaerobic and cathode. Is something like it's separated by the proton exchange membrane, which is very important for this microbial fuel cell. Normally, fuel cell has something like membrane electrodes. That is a basic right schematic diagram. We're having electrodes and separated by the membrane. Okay, this is proton exchange membrane. Only the proton matter, maybe like positively charged ions only it will allow. Okay, only the H plus ions it will allow. It won't allow other negatively ions will not be allowed. Because of that only the positive is going here means negatively electron will be goes through here, and then the flow of electrons happens. Fine. So here also you can see something like this. This is cathode, and then anode will be submerged inside the soil, where the bacteria inside the soil will attach to the anode, and it will produce hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and then some electrons. Okay, so here you can see something, some reading here. So we need to calculate a distance between this cathode and anode. If the distance is more, the resistance is also more, because the what you call this electron has to travel very long distance. Okay, so we need to keep at very minimal distance, so that we'll have a very good output. Here you can see something. When the depth is 1 inch, what is output? When the depth is 2 inch, what is output? So what happens if the depth is at 3 inch? We will get only 0 volt. There is no output also itself, right? Then after that it will be slowly it's increasing, because uh, what happens is the depth when the depth is decreased to a certain level, we are losing the voltage. After that, some increase in voltage has been observed, but not up to this level, right? If it is very near, you will get very good output, like 0.3. This also we need to note it down. Okay, so uh, what is mediator and mediatorless? There is something like aggregator, maybe like a catalyst, okay, to improve the efficiency of the um, microbial fuel cell. Here what will be using is methylene blue, thionine, and humic acid. These are the three catalyst kind of thing, which will be used along with the inside the anaerobic chamber, or the place where the anode is placed. So this acts like a mediator, because not all the organism have a capacity to transfer the electrons into the microbial fuel cell. Maybe like electrode, they may have a capacity to generate electrons, but not have a capacity to transfer the electrons. Okay, something like a battery without a wire connected to the bulb. Okay, that's a battery, but battery which has a lot of potential to give out its energy. But same thing, there is a bulb is there, but there is no wire. That is a situation. Some bacteria will be there. The bacteria has a potential to generate electrons, but doesn't have a medium to transport its electron to the electrode. In this case, this mediator like methylene blue, thionine, and humic acid will be used. What happens? Um, this helps in transferring electron from the bacteria, and then helps in uh, transferring the electron to the electrode. Fine. Okay. Okay. I'm getting on um, query, like I'm getting some questions. One is name of the bacteria. Okay, here I just mentioned here. This normally we'll using. I will just there is another slide. This is a very big topic, but you can use like a normally geobacter will be used. Geobacter kind of bacteria will be used in microbial fuel cell. Along with that, lot of bacterial can be used. Okay, okay. Hydrogen generating bacteria, normally geobacter can be used here. And another question is, does it produces any other gas other than hydrogen? Yeah, it produces carbon dioxide basically. Because the general thing is that when there is a digestion happens, there is a lot of possible that it will be producing carbon dioxide. So we need to scrap out this carbon dioxide. We can remove this carbon dioxide by using some sodium hydroxide or lithium phosphate. Those are the chemicals which are used to remove carbon dioxide from the outlet gas. Okay, so we also call this as a gas scrubber. We used to call as a gas scrubber, where from one mixed gas, some gases is been removed using chemical process. Fine. Hope is helpful. Then I would like to know the process efficiency for both the system and the steps required to maintain the constant efficiency. Right. in terms of efficiency, the biogas is very good, efficient in nature, because we're getting some direct methane outlet out of that. To maintain the efficiency, we need to give the proper, we need to maintain a proper temperature, proper pH, and a proper feed, right? And then we need to maintain the oxygen level inside the biogas chamber. Same applies both the system. For microbial filter also, we need to maintain the pH, we need to maintain the temperature, and we need to maintain the gas inside the, we need to have a check on amount of oxygen contamination inside the anaerobic chamber. If there is more oxygen, means the system may get failed. And normally microbial fields have very less efficiency, because it is like naturally occurring bacteria only producing the electricity. We cannot expect something like battery or lithium ion battery, something kind of power production. And it's also consume lot of space. The efficiency is very less, so that to get a 3 volt of power, we may require like uh, 5 feet to 5 feet square area of to produce just a 5 watt or 5 watts electricity, right? It may consume lot of space. That also we need to check it out. Fine. So these are the mediator and mediator's efficiency. This just for using is like catalyst is used, is just like a wire to convert, to transfer the electrons. Fine. So what are the types of microbial filter? I just give me a 5 more minutes so that I will just complete it. Okay, it's already going to be at 12, 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, I will just take it. One is single chamber, another is double chamber. One is upflow microbial field cell, stacked microbial field cell, and paper microbial field cell. This is a single chamber microbial field cell. I think yesterday ma'am showed this diagram. Where what is the thing is here, the cathode chamber is absent. Only the anode chamber will be there. The cathode chamber will be exposed to atmospheric air. Okay, the oxygen from atmospheric air will be taken to convert into water. The same thing only. Here what happens, we no need extra chamber as a for maintaining the cathode here. Okay, this is very simple, compact in MFC, just high efficiency compared to double chamber, and it need MEA, because here we normally we have a membrane only, but what happens is the membrane and electron is fused together to form MEA, membrane electrode assembly. Okay, because of that, the, the construction may be quite complicated, but efficiency wise this is very high efficiency compared to other type of microbial fields. Fine. And then we know this one, this is a first generation MFC, easy to construct. This is separated by membrane, the same thing what I showed in the before slide. Right? It's upflow microbial cell, something same kind of double chamber only, but what happens is it will see this is arranged in different manner, where the gravity helps in, and also it can be used as a continuous process also. Before the those model normally as a what do you call the batch process, where the retention time will be used normally like 10 days or 15 days it may takes, or even 45 days it will take, but it is like continuous process, but the flow rate will be very minimal. You can use, normally you can ask like what type of material construction that normally we use electrodes such as very carbon cloth or some materials will be used as a used here. Even graphite sheet also used as a electrode, and membrane, proton exchange membrane normally used as a Nafion membrane will be used, which is quite costly only, but life and all if we consider means that is very good. Okay, and we are having our in center we develop our own membrane made up of very low cost membrane made up of earthen membrane made from soil, which is quite efficient. We constructed our own single chamber microbial filter, and we got consecutively 3 times we got our prize in various IITs, pitching at various IITs. It's quite efficient in nature. We have our own technology for upcoming those cost factor. Okay, and even low cost membrane electrode also we are just developing. This is a stacked microbial filter, where what happens is how to improve the efficiency, right? We are having one technology called stacked microwave fuel cell, where you can see something like anode, membrane, cathode. Again, separator, anode, membrane, cathode. It should be stacked as a single thing, and then what happens? Simultaneously, we'll be having something like a water inlet and a water outlet. This also used as a the large scale microwave fuel cell. Okay, this highly commercial product where you can use in a major high level purpose. You can use this type of microwave fuel cell, and then this generally a double chamber only. It's not a single chamber. This is general single double chamber only. Also, you can also make as a single chamber also, but there should be some gap between first thing and second thing, because the air only act as a cathode. Fine. And this is a paper microwave fuel cell which is under currently under development. It is not much efficient, but it's very compact in size, because other type of microbills I told you it consume a lot of space. The paper microbill fuel cell is something like a nanotechnology kind of thing, where small sheet of papers kind of material will be used here, and then like a bacterial layer, hydrophobic barrier, anode, bacteria separator, all those things are very thin sheets of material will be fused together, and then just a syringe, using a syringe, a small dosage of bacterial culture will be used here, so that we'll get some output. This is a very small what do you call emerging technology, which may be used for charging small devices like mobile phones or something kind of thing. Okay, but nowadays mobile phone itself, the battery ratings are became quite high, where it became out of scope nowadays. Before we used to talk like mobile charging consume only less power. You can able to charge with a very minimum battery power. But nowadays the mobile itself having like the 6000 mAh or something kind of very high power rating battery they are using, like 2 days battery backup, 3 days battery backup. It just became out of scope nowadays. Maybe this kind of thing can be used for small LED bulbs or something kind of thing only as of now, right? Then okay, any doubts so far? Hope I completed on time. If you have any doubt, you can just ask me.
Participants, if you have any further queries, you can just raise your queries. I'm very happy that Arun has completed in time, covering all the necessary things that has to be covered. Thanks, Arun, for mentioning about what research is happening in our center. So you have covered almost most of it, that is based on the food waste, and highlighted the importance of Center for Waste Management in the energy production. So if you have participants who are into research, who are pursuing their undergraduate or postgraduate, and if you are interested to take up any project with us, you can always approach us. The contact numbers are already available in the brochure. You can just talk to us or contact us by mail, so that we'll be able to help you better. And with respect to providing the biogas plant, or fabrication of the biogas plant, as told by Arun, with the rupees 2000 budget, if you are interested to install such a thing at your household, you can always approach Arun. His number is also there in the brochure. You can contact him. You can also mail. So he'll be able to, he'll be happy enough to help you out in such an initiative. If you have no further queries,
I
I
get
think
one
we can
small
wind up the
query.
session. Yeah,
I'm getting one
yeah.
small query like precaution to be taken in case of biogas leakage. Yeah, it's a major concern, where there is always a possibility of leakage of biogas. But the thing is, it's not like compressed gas. One major advantage is we are not compressing any gas like a cylinder or something, where the explosion kind of leakage is not going to happen. But there will be still going to be a mild leakage of gas always may be there, because we are generating with small setup. Normally biogas unit digester will be kept outside the house. We are not going to keep it inside the house. It will be open to atmosphere only. We are not going to keep it inside the house. Also, there won't be any problem with the compressed explosion or like LPG. We are not going to have a something like explosive thing. Even if the gas is there, and also the combustion rating of the methane is far less compared to LPG. Right, the quality of combustive capacity is less than LPG, so the accidents is not. I'm not telling it's completely safe, but factor of safety is maybe like better than a normal cylinder kind of thing. Fine.
To add on to that, we also have